buddy. Oh no, I can't hear you again.
Man, I just said so many different words. I just said so many different words. I did it again. It's okay. Okay. I'm not going to say I'm going to get it at some point. I'll forget that I'm muted again. But I mute it because if I'm clicking around, I don't need people to hear these phantom mutes. What I was saying was that I'm curious what this music sounds like as we enter a conversation. I don't know if it's too loud.
I like it.
I want to know what number is good. It's 18 now. Let's see. 10.
I feel like this number's pretty good.
That's 10.
The chat can let us know a little bit, but I feel like the other day, I think you were on 14, you said in an outro, and I was listening in, so I think that was fine.
Good
morning.
Thank you for being such a good friend. Remembering that 14 number. I didn't remember that number even. You remembered it. You reminded me. That's why I need you around. makes me feel good.
Well, I think there have been a couple of times where you've had it too loud when people were saying bye.
Oh, yeah. We're learning.
So the other day, I remembered it.
All right, let's say this. 10, you can just hear it. 15, it's probably good. 20 is maybe too loud.
Yeah, something like that.
That's what we'll say. Oh, how are we feeling today?
Feeling pretty good. Feel better. I feel better in the mornings, but getting like really fighting this sickness in the afternoons. So
oh no,
it seems to be that I'm fighting it more, and so it's taking longer. It was through my son a lot quicker. I've had it like all week. It feels like. So
I'm so sorry it happened. David, are you still seeing commercials? Because I thought I gifted you a subscription to Daily Dad so that you didn't have to complain about it. You can let me know though. Blaze is in his office. When Blaze is in his office, it's going down today. That means the headlines are going to be good. That means dad life is going to be on point. And I don't have a third one to really nail that home, but Blaze is in his office.
What's up, guys?
What's up, buddy? How's little man doing?
I think we're both just we're just struggling. You guys don't
Surviving.
know, Mr. Nurse, so I can speak to this. A post-op complication is constipation.
Ooh.
So he's been little butt's been tooting, but nothing's come out, and so we're on day 4 now. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So today's when you want to start to get worried. So I need to do an intervention to get things moving.
Oh man, it's like it's like we had the opposite problem. Like my son had diarrhea all weekend.
So that was
sucks.
number 1. Yeah, other stuff this morning too, but we're here, we're present.
Please, can I get your feedback on something?
Sure, yeah.
I know when I would work with your kind in the hospital, you guys were so incredibly helpful. You guys were the bravest people I've ever known.
Well, when you say you're kind, you make us sound like, I don't even know.
Nurses are a different breed, man. We know this.
You're not wrong.
Floor nurses are just different people together. You don't make them mad. You don't get in their way. You listen to what they're going to say. Fuck the doctor. The nurses know what's up. That's how I've always taken the hospital and working the floor. But the one thing we used to do all the time when someone's like, this guy's constipated, I would just microwave some prune juice and then give it to the people. And that would always end up being like the first line of defense. And it usually was a good one. And then after that, we would get a, why am I forgetting the name right now? What's the insertion to help it all come out?
Oh, a warm, it's usually soap suds enema.
Yeah. So there was this story one time where I was on the floor.
Someone, I'm
no.
sure And I won't go through the details of preparing and giving someone a soap subs enema. I've probably given 5 to 10 in my lifetime. And if someone's going too much, they get something called a Flexaseal, which is like a plastic donut that gets inserted and expanded. But just so you know, I'm just letting you guys know, these are the things nurses do. And so there's a lot of talk about, will these Tesla robots, one, replace caregiving in some way? Because there is a shortage of nursing and stuff like that. And one of the guys on X, who's probably close with Tesla, was recently saying that a real test for AI robots, and I blocked him, but then I refriended him because I guess it's a normal form of reference with robots, is their ability to give some kind of sexual favor to a person. And so I would move forward from the nursing perspective that could an AI robot replace a nurse? Well, can it insert a Foley catheter and or put in one of these other tubes? So I just went all over the place, but there's a lot going on. There's UFOs. I don't know how much time we have left, and I'm just happy to be here with you all.
With all of this said, guys, I think it's a very relevant question. If you have to be inserting suppositories or giving enemas, what is one thing on your to-do list today that you could actually wait for? Probably one of those is going to be a soap suds enema. But I was picturing someone with their AI robot and finding a workaround to just like be like enema, 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 just keep hitting it. If they somehow put a block on what you just mentioned. It's Thursday. I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm tired. I'm not gonna bring down the energy though. You know what? We're gonna bring the energy back up. Christmas shopping's
why
done.
Are you tired, buddy?
Hey, can I just pause for a second? And can I recognize Food is Fuel, Ryan Turner himself? This man rode the subway very late in the night last night to get home to his loving family. Chat, if we could clap this man up, I would greatly appreciate it.
If you don't know, I've only taken the subway. Like, I don't live on the outskirts of like Manhattan. Like I live pretty much like right there. Like subway system is all part of it. And I'm in Manhattan right now. I'm in here at least 2 days a week. But I've only taken the subway one time since the pandemic, and that was the day that I was forced to because of the rain. And I never liked taking the subway after that. And then after you kind of spend time away from the subway, you're like, I don't want to get back on the subway. I'm not like someone who's scared of the subway. Everyone's like, there's dangerous, whatever. Like everything's dangerous, and everything is perfectly safe. There are like 12-year-olds that are riding the subway every single day by themselves, and everyone's fine. If you want to look for an issue, you're going to find an issue. But I bike instead. But yesterday it was raining, and I couldn't bike home. Well, I could have, right? So I guess it was a decision not to bike home, but it was that bad. So I went down to the subway. I got to tell you, I was extremely scared, not because of any person, because I forgot how to navigate the subway system. And so I knew I had to transfer. I didn't know where the transfer was. I figured it out. That was great. It was going well. I texted my buddies here and I said, I did it. I feel like a New Yorker again. I'm going. Then the train stopped running in my direction. And then I had to figure out where to go. And that's where I felt like I didn't know what I was doing in life. Texted my wife. I was like, I need to get out of here. But I did. I stayed underground because I wasn't going to pay for, I was like, I'm not going to get an Uber. And I found my way. I was like, just get me over to Brooklyn. And so I got on the other side of the river, and then I went outside, and then it wasn't raining. And then I was pissed. I was like, I should have biked. And then I found a bike and I biked home and it was done, but I was here late. Finally got home. It was 9 o'clock, texting my wife, telling her, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm late. I'm going to do bedtime. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to be late. This is ridiculous. I'm there. I'm back. Then I get there and I remember it's Wednesday and it wasn't even my night to do bedtime, but my wife didn't remind me, but I rushed home and felt bad for it anyway.
Oh no.
If it wasn't, let's explore this. I'm gonna channel my inner Ryan Turner. If you knew that it wasn't your bedtime night, how would have that changed your evening?
I wouldn't have felt, it wouldn't have been an internal feeling as much. Still, externally, I probably would have still tried to get home. Because I want to see my girls before they go to bed. I tell you this all the time. Those 9 minutes in the day, I want to make sure I can take them. 9 minutes, 3 minutes in the morning, 3 minutes in the afternoon, 3 minutes in the evening. Those are for my girls. If I miss them, I feel bad.
I feel that.
Yeah. So
Today's
I'm a little
another day,
tired.
though, buddy.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, another day. Another day.
Go take a nap.
Can't take a nap today. There's too much content, too much reply guy things that have to go on. I am tired of reply guying. I'm not tired of reply guying. I am going full force at reply guying. It's okay. We got
Can I
this.
do my cheat code?
I'm sorry,
what's
but
your
if
cheat
you
code?
if you read today's, you would understand that you could just take some stuff off your list and then you'd find time for a nap.
That's stupid. What's your cheat code?
So I realized that I can optimize my reply guying if I put my headphones on and I have my mic and I'm just responding like talk to text, send, talk to text, send, talk to text, send, talk to text, send.
Oh wow.
The thing with it is you can't care about editing. You just let it go. Like,
Ooh.
You guys see my texts and my replies. I don't think I get through more than maybe one text at a time in between without a typo. I've just accepted it. It's perfectly okay. Although your talk to text yesterday was actually kind of funny. You were texting me, and I think you started to talk to your son at the end of it. I was like, what is he saying? Who's yelling at who?
a lot going on.
There's a lot going on. You know what? I didn't take advantage of this moment. Tom, you did a good job of finding a way to transition us into the reading. I'd love for you to go back to that moment.
Oh man. The title of it is You Have Time. You literally said, I don't have time for a nap.
You're right. I should take time today, and I can't take a nap. I can't really take a nap. I could take a nap. Can I show you guys something?
Is there a bed right next to you?
You guys look. No, there is. There's a futon. But this office is so strange sometimes because like this couch looks like the casting couch. And so people walk in, I'm like, it's all safe here, I promise you.
Don't lay down.
That's how I feel sometimes. I'm like, I don't know what happened on this couch before because I'm only here 2 days a week. What's going on the rest of the other 5 days? Who knows? So, see.
Yep.
Yeah. What are you taking off your to-do list today, Dom?
I don't know. I haven't made my to-do list today. This is kind of one of the things that I do after this call. So, today's going to be, this is like my last day in the area before I leave town, go home for the weekend. So,
Oh yeah.
there's not really anything that can be taken off the list per se. That isn't like, that isn't like a workout or a meditation. Those are the only things that come off the list right now. I gotta put in the last as much as I can working. I would like to take being sick off the to-do list. That would be great if I could stop doing that. But like I said, I think my body is. I think once I hit my way home, I think my adrenaline and my body's finally gonna give up, and I'm just gonna be fucking sick for the entire weekend.
Yeah, you have a 2-hour drive home, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, unless I leave early enough.
Oh, because it's all just traffic for LA, huh?
Yeah, like if I don't leave by like 12 or 1, it's just 2 hours.
Okay.
Like all the way until leaving at 7. So there's it makes no difference. So I think last week I stayed until 6 and it was still 2 hours to get home.
Wow.
So I was home at like 8.
Yeah.
But it was fine. The kids were all still awake. I got that last 3 minutes in, like my buddy Ryan taught me. and then I had the whole 3-day weekend with them. So
That's awesome, man.
that might be the move.
I think it could be the move. Blaze, can you take anything off your to-do list today? You're not working, right?
I mean, I'm always working, but
Oh, sorry. You know what? I'm gonna apologize. I have to. My wife says that sometimes to me, and I'm like, I could just keep working. It's never done. And then I'm like, why am I freaking out?
I do have a long to-do list, but thinking about like what can be combined. I don't know. I have this poop situation to deal with, so trying to figure out how I can combine that into several. Maybe I drink prune juice. You drink prune juice. We used to make something called purple cows, where you took like milk and magnesia and mixed it in prune juice.
Whoa.
Sorry, I keep taking the conversation back to poop, but
That's what nurses do. That's why you guys are a different breed.
And then the other thing I'm thinking about is because the other thing is you have to get that paracelsus going. If anybody doesn't know, that's the process of poop moving through your body, or food, and
Just be hard digestion. I mean, either one.
Yeah, maybe buddy, nutritionist, dietary person, maybe he needs to get up and move his body and help me clean.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Can I
what?
Just keep going. I got these.
Show us.
Oh, I just got these cool cards the other day. I just wanted to show them to you guys. I got this. This guy Landon makes them, and they're pretty cool. He throws them into orders. It's a curious crane. You got a patient panda.
What the fuck?
It's really this grateful guy. He trademarked, which is pretty cool. It looks like Rocky though, and I saw pictures of Landon, and he doesn't have a beard, but it's still like a handsome fellow. So
those are good. Very timely.
Are you gonna flip them?
But going back to like, what can we do together? The mail. I have to mail some stuff. So trying to like maybe I take Brody with me to go get the mail, and then we go to Walgreens, and then like get him the thing right there. So that's what I'm thinking about.
Good. Thanks for showing us those cards.
Yeah.
I haven't seen them in a while. Well, good stuff. All right. Let me think. What did I write? I wrote down like nothing today. What's up?
Okay. It says you're done with shopping. That means Christmas shopping, right? Or you just never want to shop again.
I was writing it and I was like, I think people might think I'm angry at just shopping. No, I'm done. You know what it was? Well, who does most of the Christmas shopping for your household?
So earmuffs all kids, right? Earmuffs all kids. This is a disclaimer. This content is not for children after this point. We do the Amazon shopping list, so our girls are older, so we plug them into Amazon, they put their list in, and then makes it a little easier for us.
Yeah.
But yeah, mostly Amy. And then just boxes and boxes and boxes show up on the doorstep, and like the kids, the older ones know obviously, but and we quarantine off a room, and then we kind of will the weekend before, or a couple nights before, she and I will lock ourselves in there one at a time or whatever, and just wrap stuff up.
Yeah. Please, who does Christmas shopping mostly in your house?
Heather and I will just go like sometime in the next 10 days and like hit up Walmart or Target, and then just
brave.
Yeah. And then the other thing is we're big on like there's always like 1,000 items in our Amazon shopping cart, because the kids love to go through the Amazon thing and just put stuff in the cart. And every now and then they accidentally buy something. But
you gotta teach them how to do a list.
Oh.
But that's a little harder.
I gotta teach myself how to do a list first. I know how to save it for the like.
What's funny is Amazon. I feel like they hide the word list. Like it's very small, and it's like underneath all the parts that say like add to cart and buy now and all that stuff. It just says like add to list, like very small, like. But it's on every page, on every item.
I'll have to look. But the other thing is, these kids haven't opened all their toys from last year. So we're probably going to wrap some of them up from last year and then gift it to another kid. And same with birthday parties. If you don't open a toy from your birthday within a week, it's going down in the loot on the loot shelf. So, and it's either getting regifted for their birthday or you're getting it back for Christmas.
Man.
Did you just say the loot shelf?
Yeah, the loot shelf. There's lots of loot on it.
Nice.
That's
Very nice.
I mean, yeah, they have to open them. We will keep gifts around, and then we'll just gift those out. There's just so many birthday parties, and then it just feels as if we're just buying things for other people's kids. And there's like 2 times a year. It's like now is kind of like just before Christmas is like one time, and then like in the summer is another, and like you just feel like you're just buying these gifts all the time. And then all of a sudden, I feel like everyone is just like somebody got my daughter for her birthday this huge squishmallow. I'm like, you live in Brooklyn. You have the same living situation as us. Where did you think this squishmallow was going to go in our apartment? Like, I don't think that you were thinking. And then I'm like, you probably regifted it. You probably just got out of your apartment. And, and I'm just like, gosh. But like, I'm pretty sure there's like 3 gifts that continually just get like regifted to like all of our kids. And so, you know, but I think the thing is now, like people put on the invitations like a non-gift party. I don't know how I feel about that, but
no, I've told you guys my perspective on that, right?
Maybe
you're taking away the guest's opportunity to learn gifting, and I think that's a lesson that kids need to learn. And if you're not letting my child bring your child a gift, take it back if you don't want it. I don't care. Like, don't open it, but give my kid the opportunity to learn what it feels like to like fire off those endorphins and dopamine and all that stuff of like giving somebody something.
Is that you know, because I think that's okay when some kids do it, but when all of them. And then the other thing is, how do you feel about your kid opening, like allowing the birthday kid to open the gifts in front of other kids? Because that's a thing that I always feel a little weird about too, is like especially when you go to a party where there's like a lot of gifts, it's like no one wants to sit there and watch like the entire, you know, the kid open all the gifts. But that's something like what you just said, is like giving your kid that rush of like seeing her friend open a gift and the happiness in her eyes, or whatever you want to call it. They don't get that if you just like leave the wrapped gift, leave the party, and move on, you know?
So I want to ask that everyone is vulnerable right now. At your kids' parties, do you take the gifts home or do you open them in front of the other kids?
Yeah.
In our family, we like to take them home. My justification on this, if my kids go to a birthday party, I want them running around and interacting with other kids. I don't want them sitting, watching someone open these gifts and then, you know, coming home green with envy. I want them, like, if you're going to a party, I want you to exhaust. My kids should be like asleep on the car ride home. And so I'm not a big fan of opening gifts. I know a lot of people, that's their family tradition. And so and if that's you, that's fine. That's great. I think, you know, I know a lot of kids that will like go to parties and they're like, what do you mean you're not opening the gifts? And like, that's their thing.
Well, and you always have the one person who will be like, it'll be like time to wrap up the party, and they'll be like, oh, so and so really wants you to open her gift, and like then like one will get open, or it'll start a chain of like multiple getting open. And like I said, I was going back to your earlier point of like teaching your kid, you know, the skill of giving someone a gift, and like part of that is the benefit of seeing the person open the gift. Like if you just give someone a gift and drop it off, like if you don't see the reaction or see the end part of that, you know, and maybe they're not old enough to text, or, you know, they don't see each other the next day because they're not in school or whatever in the same class, like you won't get that feeling of seeing the happiness in the person's eyes. So that's the only reason why I think it's okay. But like I definitely, it's definitely hard when you're in a situation where there's a lot of gifts. Like if you're at a party where you have like family and friends, it's easier when you have like my older girls, when they have parties now, it's like 2 or 3 friends, it's a couple gifts. So we let them open them,
Yeah.
at the end of the, if it's a sleepover, especially because there's plenty of time. But when it's a freaking dining room table full of gifts, you're not going to be like, oh, let's just open all 25 of these gifts. And, couple is cool.
Have a good day, Dave.
And definitely not if you're at a place. I think you were referring to like if your party's at a park or like a Chuck E. Cheese or something like that. Definitely wouldn't want to start it there. Just take them all home.
Well, Blaze, when you went up asking the question, I was like, when is there time to open up gifts?
There's
like you have to
carve out the last 30 minutes to like open gifts.
Okay. I don't think I feel like right now with the age of kids anyway, it's like corralling cats. And so to be like, hey, come sit down and be really patient and then watch someone else have more fun than you. Like, I just don't feel as if we just haven't done that really. I mean, even to get them to like together, like sing happy birthday feels like a chore. I have a question. The big thing here in Brooklyn, 2 things, and I have one that confuses me. One is that everyone like does piñatas now. It's just like the expectation. Do you guys do piñatas for birthdays for the kids?
No.
I did.
Pretty much like the younger, like the earlier
you're also
ages.
in Southern California. Maybe it's a little bit more appropriate there.
Yeah, we have yards with trees in them and stuff like that.
All right, exact. But we
and no rain.
We also can go into if you guys have like droughts and fires and stuff. We get drones and UFOs.
High ceilings.
But we get, what was it saying? Okay, piñatas. So yeah, we end up doing piñatas. So like that's like the thing that the kids love to do. This is the other thing. I have a question. When you guys sing happy birthday, does anything come after happy birthday?
Are you 1? Are you 2?
Where did this come from?
Not that. No.
That never was a thing ever. I've never heard that thing ever in my life. Never. And then here in Brooklyn, there's like one family that would always like sing this. I'd be like, what are they doing? Shut up. Like, just eat the cake. And then like they're basically like, I was like, I don't know. And like they would sing it. And now I feel like everyone else is singing it. And then I feel as if it is a Mandela thing. Everyone's like that. Yeah, no, that's always been a thing. Like it has not always been a thing.
Yeah. I think I've only heard that in the last couple of years, but not as frequent. There was another one that used to be going around 10 years ago or something like that, but I can't think of it right now.
Yeah.
Well, you know where it started in the White House actually, when Obama was going through his first candidacy, and they were featuring Malia's one of her birthdays. And I think they did the Are you 1? Are you 2? And I think it's been just like spreading like wildfire ever since then.
Do you think the Trump White House is going to be doing that?
I made that story up.
I was waiting for him to break. I was like, I don't think that's
Googling
true.
the name of Obama's children right now.
No, that was really good. I liked your story. We all knew it.
Yeah.
Blaze is really good at telling stories. All right, it's the top of the hour.
Cha-cha-cha one. And then my kids go cha-cha chickens for some reason, but
why can't we just sing happy birthday?
Can I share one story real quick? Bryson said a bad word yesterday.
Ooh.
Bryson, my 6-year-old, and my older daughter goes, Bryson, you're going to hurt the elves if you talk like that.
With the chat to guess which word.
Can I, what's funny? You just reminded me, we had a birthday party for Sloan recently, and we have our elf on the shelf. And I think one of the kids does not have an elf on the shelf and came in.
Loser.
And and the kid just like all the kids were like, look at elf on the shelf. And this one kid just goes up and grabs it. And so like if no one knows, like you're not supposed to touch it, but then some people do, whatever. And so Sloan just gets quiet and her face just like goes blank.
Oh no.
Like, I know what's happening in her head. And she like walks over to us and she's really upset. And then we see her start to cry. And she's like, he touched the elf. And then everyone's like, oh no, I'm so sorry. And like the kid feels really bad. So like it was a mistake, whatever. And then we're trying to like get it because she's like really upset. And then Lauren goes, Sloan, what do you think happens if someone touches the elf? She goes, it dies. Like she just like thought that the elf on the shelf just like dies like right there. And so she was just like worried that like her friend murdered the elf and that Christmas was over. It was just like, and so then as parents, like we're coming back from it, we're like, oh. So someone like grabs like a glove, like, no, you can definitely touch it with this glove. And so all right. Happy hour. Roach, thanks for popping in, Roach. We appreciate you. Where's your husband, by the way? He's gonna come in sometime soon. All right, we hardly talked about the meditation day, but that's okay. I think we did what we needed to. I think it was good for us to take a step back, have a great conversation. This was fun. It had some watermelon donut vibes to it. I really appreciated that. But I'm just going to throw out a random call to action if that's going to be okay with you guys. That has nothing to do with what we talked about. But I'm just going to tell you guys, I'd love for you to take one thing off your to-do list today, right? What thing doesn't really matter to you? I don't know what it's going to be. But take it off your list. Check it twice. Christmas, Santa thing. Anyway, use some kind of time today. I don't know. What are we going to use that time for if we get it back? Connect. Slow down. Do something.
Right.
Anyway, guys, that's what we got. What's going on? Did you poop yet? No.
Mugs with coffee, hearts of gratitude. Okay, all right, okay. He saw the fireworks.
Oh. We can play some music for him. This 10. This 15. And this is
15.
20. 20's not bad, right?
Okay.
No, 20's good.
All right, guys. You guys have an excellent day. Now we got to do some. I'll do hearts. You got hearts? This is rain. Isn't this rain clouds? Where are my rain clouds? Yeah. Anyway. All right. We're out,
See you,
people.
gents.
Love you all. Bye.